Really fantastic today. With me is Champ Spidell from Persimmon in Bristol. How are you, sir?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you. And you're all part of the Newport Mansion Wine and Food Festival, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you'll be cooking up there. Tell us what you're cooking for us today.
Today we're going to do sort of a mini New England clam bake. We're going to do it in one bowl. We've got some great ingredients. This is a beautiful local corn. It's actually grown about half a mile from here, my favorite farm, Fort Town Farm.
That's great.
That's their potatoes, and then we've got some local shellfish as well. Scallops, there'll be beautiful scallops this time of year. September comes along.
Huge
in the shell. The shell's about that big.
Oh my Lord.
Gorgeous steamer clams and little neck clams, all from Rhode Island. And we've got some chorizo, and that's about it. Some glazed pearl onions. We're going to put it all together. And even introduce a little bit of smoke so you really feel like you're at a real clam bake.
A real clam bake. So how are we going to cook this? We're going to cook this in the pan a little bit or a little bit in the pot?
We're going to grill the corn. We're going to grill the chorizo. We're going to grill some scallops. And we've already obviously shucked these.
Right.
It's a one-pot dish. It comes together very quickly. And that's it.
Potpourri of flavors.
Absolutely.
That's what we look forward to.
All right.
We're going to start it when we come back.
Okay.
Back to you guys.
Sounds great.
Well, we are cooking a mini clam bake, so I assume we're using mini clams.
We certainly are.
But first we're going to talk about this wine because Chef Champ has been good enough to bring in this, it's kind of pinky looking. Is it a rosé or something?
It is a
What
rosé.
Is this?
It's a light rosé. It's a Provençal rosé, Commanderie de Parasol, which is, so it's not a full body, there's no real sweetness to it. It's very dry, great acid. Low alcohol, so it's a great summer wine. But it's also rosés can be drunk all year round. They're meant to be drunk. They're meant to be drunk young, and this goes particularly well with this clam bake, just because it doesn't overpower it. If you don't care for rosés, you could have a dry white wine. I would caution any kind of oaky Chardonnay may conflict with this because we're going to introduce some smoke. That may bring out the oakiness in a Chardonnay.
Well, do you mind if I try it?
Certainly.
By the way, I have to say, I like how sommeliers will say, look at the acid on that one.
Let's use
you said this has a nice acid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They use the real glasses, the grown-up glasses. And I notice here that this says the Newport Mansion's Wine and Food Festival. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
That's a festival going on the end of September. The grand tasting will be there along with several other local chefs and some celebrity chefs as well. On Saturday from noon to 4 and Sunday as well. I think it's the 27th, 28th, if I'm correct. And
we'll talk a little bit more about it in just a minute because we don't want to give it all away.
No, we don't. We don't want to give it all away.
We got to save a little something for the people. But this is a delicious wine. We're going to talk more about this and about our dish in just a moment. For now, back over to you.
Welcome back to the Road Show. Champ Spidell, the chef at Persimmon in Bristol, is with us today, and we are doing a mini clam bake this morning.
You know, with that name, you'd think you'd be a boxer.
No, well,
he's champ in the kitchen.
How do you know I'm not on the line?
Okay.
Kicking the cooks around.
That's it. All right, give us a rundown of what we got and what we're going to do.
Well, what we're going to do is, first thing we should probably start to grill some corn. Some beautiful. This is all local.
Got a little butter on it
already?
We put some butter on that. We put some salt. We want to also grill some chorizo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then we've already shucked the clams. I've got two types of clams. I've got little steamer clams that we've taken out of the shell already.
Right.
I've got some little neck clams. These are all from Rhode Island water, from Narragansett Bay.
Very
fantastic.
We've also got two beautiful scallops.
Giant scallops.
Which are, these are all hand harvested, so these are gorgeous as well. Yeah. We're going to throw those on the grill.
And they're in olive oil, right?
This has a little bit of olive oil, yes.
Okay. Now, my question is, as a novice, did you steam this corn already, and then you're putting putting it on the grill afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to turn that fan on.
Sure, absolutely.
We still have a lot of ingredients over here.
We do.
What are we going to do with these, Champ?
We've got some pearl onions that we've already glazed, and a little bit of salt, sugar, and some fresh bay leaf. We're going to also cook with some fresh bay leaf.
I feel like I dream of Jeannie over here in this shot, standing behind the smoke a little bit.
These are some fresh dug potatoes. These, again, they come from a farm about a mile from here. We're going to throw those in.
Okay.
And then we've got our chorizo cooking. We've got our corn, which we've already taken off the cob. And we'll throw our chorizo in there as well.
Now, are we concerned that the scallop is on fire at all?
Not too much.
Okay.
But we are going to turn them so we get some nice mark. The corn might start popping.
Okay.
That's the only thing we have to
Well,
worry
I love
about.
popcorn. That's fine by me.
Now, these steamer clams, I must say, were smoked.
Okay.
We smoked them with just some wood chips, which look like this. what they've done is they then release their liquor, which is in turn smoked. That's how we get the smoked flavor in the Clambake.
Okay.
So that'll go in, and then once we're done taking the corn off the husk,
Right.
or the cob, excuse me,
Right.
we made a stock out of the cobs. So that's a
Wow.
little corn
So
stock.
nothing gets wasted.
Nothing.
Jeez, you're using everything, yeah.
Everything. That's how we reduce our carbon footprint.
Yeah.
So
And make it tasty to boot.
exactly. And we're
Okay.
going to put a little bit of butter in here as well. Of
course.
So we've got our onions, our potatoes, our corn, our chorizo, our clams. We're grilling our scallops. We'll just turn this on high. We're going to
Okay.
bring this all up. So this is very quick to do. That's the rear.
Next one. There we go.
This can all be done. It's a one-pot meal. All this can be prepped ahead of time. It's very simple.
Oh, that's
You
great.
can choose to add lobster if you want. But these are all the basic ingredients for
Basic
Rhode
ingredients for a
Island
nice
Clambake.
little clam
Sure.
bake.
Once this comes to a boil, we'll then plate it and add our own little flair of smoke.
That's great. So that's it. I mean, you just kind of put all this stuff together and they kind of marinate together and make it delicious.
That's it.
Now,
If
have you guys decided what you're going to serve at the Newport Mansion Food and Wine Festival?
We
that
have.
you're taking part in?
We're actually serving it's apple season is now upon us. We're going to do a lovely apple soup.
Apple
so a
cider.
little
I
taste
never
of
had that.
And then we're going to serve that with sort of a slow roasted pork that the pig's going to slaughter actually this week.
Okay.
So it's feasting on apples and turnips. So when that's ready, we'll have that ready for next week.
Now, is the apple soup savory or is it sweeter? Does it
It's
taste
a
like
little bit of
cider,
both.
or-
You're
okay.
right. You don't want it's not a sweet soup, so it's not dessert.
Okay.
So you have to find that balance. That's the hard part.
That's pretty cool.
Fantastic.
And we'll serve that again with the pork. We'll do some caramelized walnuts for a little crunch. And then we've got some poached apples. Again, a lot of different textures going on in the
Poached
bowl.
apples. This sounds great.
I'm telling you.
Holy cow.
You
how
have
long
to
do
come
we
down
expect
to the
this to
wine.
cook?
Well, this is as soon as this comes up, we're ready to go. And we're ready to go to the plate. These scallops are done.
Now, I hear there's a magic trick
Grab
involved.
well, this is the flair part.
Well, I
of the
will say
equation.
this. You may call it flair, but any chef who can cook as well as I hear that you can, that's magic to me, my friend.
Magic. Okay.
Magic, baby.
Okay. Well, we have to show off a little bit.
All right.
This is just about ready.
Okay.
One last thing, I love to stir in some fresh minced chives
Okay.
to give it a nice, fresh, onion flavor, but also sort of a sweet onion flavor.
And we have just under a minute left.
All we want to do is just warm everything up because, again, we've already cooked it.
We've already cooked it, right? So we just want to give it
So we'll
little
go
heat.
to our plate, which we can plate right here.
Okay.
And again, just get a little bit of everything in the bowl. We'll just do one bowl here. So again, think of a clam bake. You ever been to a clam bake? You get your bag of your onion and your potatoes
Right,
and
a little bit of
your
everything.
clams, and they come around with the corn on the cob. And they also give you the watermelon at the end. We don't have the watermelon, but we've got the clams.
Now we
all right?
only have about 10 seconds left.
All right, so let's put a little smoke on this.
Okay. Oh boy,
This
here
is
we
the
go.
best part.
Cover your eyebrows, ladies and
Everybody watch
gentlemen.
out. This won't flare up, I promise. But
Okay.
what it will do is it'll give it a really fun flavor. So when we're at the table, we can get a nice, there we go. We put our little cup, we hide the smoke in there.
Huh.
So when you're at the table, you get the Clambake,
How about that?
Get out.
and you lift it up, and you get a little whiff of
Oh,
smoke
Oh, I
in your
love
face.
that.
cool.
That's
So you
great.
really feel like
That's
you're at a
awesome.
Clambake.
Chef, thanks so much for coming in. We're going to take a taste of this, but in the meantime, and Vince, I'm going to hand it over to you to be able to take
Okay.
the first taste. But in the meantime, this is a kind of a summer specialty, and Michelle Muscatelli, this is one of the last few days of summer that we're going to be able to enjoy weather like this, right?
Well, two sure signs that it's coming